lockdown and children at home, age of online earning, and students as young as 2.5 to 20-year-old attending online classes. While the well to do have easy access to devices and connectivity, it remains a struggle for the rest of India to bridge the digital divide. This is where Madan Bhaiya gives me hope. Madan Bhaiya is our cook, supporting his family of two kids and aging parents. Like everyone else's kids, Madan Bhaiya's children also need a device to remain connected. A man of limited means, he made a brave decision. He decided to buy a laptop for his 20-year-old daughter Nishu without a rupee of donation. Only belief, aspirations, and dreams for his daughter. Dreams that gave him hope. And me, even more of it. This for me is the changing face of India, where a father chooses his daughter above all else. I believe India is changing. The changing voice of the disabled child, the changing face of a girl child, the changing needs of a teacher, and the changing aspirations of a parent, and above all, the changing demands of students. Changes that are vital to recognize and accept, and that will help us revolutionize education and reshape how we as a society learn. Namaste and a very warm welcome to everyone.
Education for me is understanding the difference between the wrongs and the rights.
Success can be achieved when people have knowledge, skills, and attitude.
शिक्षा ऐसी हो जिसमें बालक अपने जीवन के मूल्यों को समझ सके, अपने समाज, अपने राष्ट्र और संपूर्ण विश्व को जान सके.
Education is so much more than just learning from a book.
शिक्षा हमें अनुशासन सिखाती है.
समाज में सकारात्मक परिवर्तन लाना ही शिक्षा है.
तालीम से हम अपने पैरों पर खड़े हो सकते हैं.
Education according to me means freedom of choice and liberty of thoughts and privilege of voice.
For me, education means a key to achieve our dreams.
The teacher's role has to be about equipping children with the skills of creativity, critical thinking, communication, and collaboration, with an emphasis on emotional intelligence. The teachers of the future need to be avatars in forms of guides and mentors for their students, not all-knowing gurus providing them with information that they themselves can access on a click. Training of teachers in India is not based on imparting skills to the children. This means that we are not sure if teachers have this ability to help children develop skills for the future. Currently, they are trained to teach in a traditional manner. To add to that, training provided are same for all teachers. We forget that teaching is subjective and humanistic. Much like the students, we need to invest in teacher training, equipping them in skills that are important to be facilitator to take students on path of independent learning. Culture of learning needs to be part of every school to enable students as well as teachers to thrive. If we don't invest in our teachers, how will they keep up with the changing demands of the children? Teaching is a dynamic space, not stagnant. So skills need to be polished and pruned. Questions such as, what will my student need 20 or 50 years from now? How can I help equip them with those skills? Can bring a shift and change in the classroom, school, and community. There are various ways to do so. Inviting students to be part of decisions affecting the functioning of the school. Opportunities for internships and community service programs. Exchange programs. Connecting with peers nationally and globally. Building collaborations. We need to create learning environment in schools where students can decide what to do with their time and learn based on needs rather than through classes or a standard curriculum. Providing them with hands-on experience and bringing in resources to experience a whole new way of learning. We need to equip them with relevant tools that will help them leverage their inborn skills and practice those skills in a natural way, hence allowing them to become thinkers and problem solvers. There is another massive paradox. While I'm propagating an education system where skills play an important role, unfortunately, colleges judge and admit students purely based on academic results. We need to look at other parts of the world where colleges admit students on factors other than just marks, such as aptitude tests, essays, portfolios, and other achievements. To make this dream a reality, to revolutionize education, the role of both T's is critical: teachers and technology.
हमारे टीचर्स ने व्हाट्सएप बनाया जिससे हमारा नंबर को ऐड किया और हम व्हाट्सएप ऑनलाइन पढ़ पा रहे हैं।
टेक्नोलॉजी से हमें ये मदद मिलती है कि हम कुछ भी शिक्षा सामग्री के बारे में जानकारी हम गूगल पर सर्च करके प्राप्त कर सकते हैं।
The COVID-19 pandemic has forced me to study from home. Education, technology and artificial intelligence has provided us a vital support.
कोरोना काल की बात करें तो अध्यापक और विद्यार्थी को जोड़ने का सारा श्रेय ही टेक्नोलॉजी को जाता है।
Technology, our lifeline in COVID times, will further get amplified post-COVID too. Simply adding technology to teaching such as PowerPoints is not adequate. Rather, innovation must benefit students. Strategically, we must provide them with web tools that demand problem solving, decision making, collaboration, and innovation. Earlier, the teacher was the center and caretaker of technology, creating content. However, she is now the facilitator, guiding her students towards activities that require discovery and creation using technology. Internet research and multimedia resources allow students to explore learning areas that further strengthen their 21st century skills. However, as we ponder over these lofty ideas, it's critical that each and every child in India has access to technology daily. Technology can be a game changer if it could become a means of education in rural India. Here, the role of government to provide infrastructure in terms of devices and connectivity is critical. Taking advantage of EdTech opportunities will require deep collaboration between government, private sector, and NGOs. The need for effective and low-cost EdTech solutions are the need of the hour. It is also about the vision and determination to integrate technology and education at a countrywide level. However, discussions around the future of education in India are incomplete without including the voices of the girl child. I am reminded of Madan Bhaiya again. India needs many more Madan Bhaiyas to call itself educated. Even with strenuous push from the government and major campaigns having been carried out, India has more than 45 lakh girls under 15 years of age who are married with children. Why are these girls not in school? If they are educated, there is no doubt that India will progress too. It is unfortunate when parents consider it a waste to invest in their daughter's education. Education enables a girl to take decisions for herself, improve the standard of living for her family and children, enter workforce, and reform the society as a whole. Therefore, a change in mindset towards girl-child education in India is critical. The progress of girls from primary to upper primary level is lower than that of boys. Lack of upper primary schools nearby and girls having to support their families economically and carry out household chores put them at a huge disadvantage against boys. Basic elementary education facilities need to be set up in all rural areas. Village panchayat, government and organizations with CSR funding should join hands to equip schools with proper infrastructure that encourages girls to go to school. Monetary incentive, scholarship, and possibly a reservation for the girl child within the RTE 25% reservation further needs to be marked off. With the National Education Policy's focus on gender responsive curriculum, I hope we will remove gender bias and discrimination in our curriculum and textbooks.
शिक्षा वह सफलता की कुंजी है जिसके सहारे जीवन के किसी भी लक्ष्य को प्राप्त किया जा सकता है.
No person in this world with education can be neglected. It is the third eye of the person because when we gain education, we get to know about things in this world without seeing them. So, one should be educated.
Audiobooks, online classes, online live classes, digital libraries are few examples through which our students with visual impaired staying in a different part of the country stayed connected with education.
Having worked intensively with the visually impaired, there is a long way ahead for building an educational infrastructure for the differently abled. Theories of development are a part of teacher training courses. However, the why and the how of teaching the differently abled are not. Not a meager specialization. It must feature in the course book for every individual aspiring to be an educator. The focus must be to bring about changes in the classroom processes, teaching methodologies, and an attitudinal and mindset change in teachers. More importantly, school leaders to respond to differentiated needs. It's important that our schools and curriculum become more inclusive to allow children with different abilities to be educated together rather than in a segregated manner. Braille book, sign language, unless not brought out in the mainstream, will keep the differently abled in an isolated corner. The appreciation that children will develop by interacting with those with other abilities is critical to create empathetic and compassionate society. It's time for us to embrace children with different abilities and invest in their learning. They need to be pulled in from the margins into the center.
So for me, education is not just, going to a school, learning from the textbook and then coming back to home and then repeating that same curriculum again. For me, education is way more than that. It is something where, you learn in an innovative way and you apply it in your later on life. And education teaches you to not just, learn the facts, but to it helps you become a better human being.
The key to development of any country is its education system. These are strange times. Hopefully, we will not return to the world as we were pre-COVID. This pandemic has taught us the only way to move ahead is through collaboration. We need to make parents equal partners in the learning journey of their children. We need to pull communities together and we need to share resources to make education a reality for all children in India. All stakeholders, private, government, NGOs, edtech companies, school managements, parents and teachers need to join hands for the children to provide them with a better future. We are accountable to them. The Global Goals for Sustainable Development states that education liberates the intellect, unlocks the imagination, and is fundamental for self-respect. It is the key to prosperity and opens a world of opportunities, making it possible for each one of us to contribute to a progressive, healthy society. Learning benefits every human being and should be available to all. To sum it up, there are no ready-made solutions, no models to adopt. The future calls for a new model, only possible through dialogues with all, collaborative thinking, and rigorous implementation. This is Radhika Bharatram, signing off. Namaste and thank you.